Welcome. Segment 2, August 25th, Thursday, 2022. Ken Matthews Report on Subscribestar.com. Thank you again to my awesome subscribers. Thanks for your comments. By request, we're opening the show with a subscriber update from around the country. Could you guys in control, can you bring up the graphic, please? We're going to bring up the graphic so you can actually see what is... Hold on a second. I'm trying to... I'm in Pennsylvania. See, I got a license plate. See? Okay. Again, I have learned the hard way not to leave out subscribers. I'm doing my best to get... Oh, man, did I forget Alabama? Oh, I think someone emailed me from... Darn it! All right, we'll fix it. But anyway, the pins represent at least one mammal, one human, one Ken Matthews Report subscriber in those states. Now, in some, the pins represent different things. There is no color significance. We don't judge people by color on this show. But there's no, in other words, I just try to get pins that show up on this awesome map, which I wrote off as a business expense, by the way. Great job with the graphics, guys. I really like it. It's awesome. All right, so those are where our subscribers are, okay? Now, you might see a yellow pin above my head over here. That's just because I had a clear pin that fell in the carpet, and then I stepped on it in the office, and it hurt. So I don't know where that is. But again, when you subscribe, we're going to start doing the pins. We have another size pin, so we may move into, like in Monopoly, when one particular home or colored piece of plastic represents another number. Okay, that's enough. Let's take the graphic down. That was very exciting, and probably the most heavy lifting I'll do all day. Let me just put this out of the way. Yeah, get this back to the computer room. Great job, guys. Great job. I really like the way the colors pop on that graphic. So, thank you again, subscribers. And if I missed your state, please hit me again. I got some great comments. So I left off some people last week. And they're like, can't you read a map? It was just great stuff. It was funny stuff. I really appreciate it. I do. I like smartassery. But I dream of a day, not just of world peace, and Hillary and Biden in the same prison complex. But I dream of the day where that map is riddled with pins. It's so pinny that I'm going to have to buy a new one. Yeah, that's right. As I call it, the graphics package. I'm going to have to buy a new graphics package for the show, because there'll be so many pins there. So, but thank you. We're expanding our footprint. That's what all the corporate people say. We need to expand our footprint. I would like... We need someone in Hawaii. Do you have any friends in Hawaii? All right. Well, ponder that, because I want to work with my non-existing existing marketing staff. I want to meet with them, and I want to work on this subscribe-a-thon that we're doing. And I think working as a team, because we're now in this together. You're in it now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're in it now. Yeah. You're probably being tracked right now by some government entity, because I talk about COVID and the election so much. I'm sure, I hope there's not a bounty on my head, because it's not going to be worth much. But anyway, all right. So thank you for that. A few updates, and then let's kick off segment 2 for Thursday. Headline: Baltimore, Maryland. Mail-in ballots from 2020 discovered in the Baltimore U.S. Postal Service facility. What? This is hard to believe. I don't know. Come on now. Are you making this up, Ken? United States Postal Service, they got your back. They got your back. They even have an election task force for 2022 to ensure that the midterm elections go as smoothly as 2020 went. Some Baltimore City voters just received their mail-in ballots from 2020. The Baltimore City Board of Elections is now trying to understand how this happened. It's funny because there's about 150 million of us trying to understand how Biden ended up in the Oval Office. So we can relate to your what the heck is going on mode of thought. Mail-in ballots are supposed to be prioritized, but for a block of homes in southeast Baltimore, theirs came nearly 2 years after they were supposed to be delivered. The most secure election in history, 2020. Nick Frazone, maybe you know Nick. Is he? Well, it certainly would be easy to find out if he's a subscriber or not. It's not like we have that many yet. Okay. I received my 2020 election ballot on August 6th, 2022, said Nick Frazone. So Nick Frazone received his ballot for the 2020 presidential election 2 weeks ago. Post office is on it. On it. Nick contacted WMAR2 News after receiving his ballot. Now, as far as I know, Nick is still alive, and we're wishing him the best of health. But if I can just say this, Nick, tell the truth, become a target. That's right. So, you know, you may want to keep your comments about how incompetent and untrustworthy our government is and the post office to yourself, especially because you're in Baltimore, and Baltimore is a feral city. It's run by people that have ulterior motives. They've lost control of their criminal population. Some of them are part of the government, the criminals. Part of the criminal population makes it into government. Well, fair representation, right? So what do? I'm a gangbanger. You want to be a representative? All right. Getting mail-in ballots 2 years late. Well, here's a good thing. I guess we're making some progress, because I'm sure Democrats would want to check those and count them now, depending on which way they went. Because we know the Democrats don't want to count actual votes, legal votes, real votes, and that's why Democrats push back all the time on recounts and audits and forensic audits. No, Ken, I saw on Fox that somebody on Fox, I think it was the morning show, they said that there's been like 528 cases, and the judge threw them all out, and they had like 7,200 recounts and 6,200 forensic investigations. No, it never happened. It never happened. Every single effort the people of the United States have made to prove or disprove the validity, the legality, and the accuracy of the 2020 election has been shut down by Democrats and, sadly, some useless Republicans. In fact, speaking of useless Republicans, I think we have time. Could we bring up another graphic, please? Could the guys in the studio, can you bring up the graphic? Okay. In my state, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, we have a rhino congressman. His name is Brian Kilpatrick, Congressman Brian Kilpatrick, Republican. And there's been some confusion about Brian. And I am taking it upon myself to launch an investigation uh, just to find out who Brian Kilpatrick really is. So I reached out to a friend to remain nameless in a federal investigative agency to remain nameless, and I drew up some documents. Um, I believe, and I got this to them, and I wish I could tell you more, but I don't want to get killed at my mailbox today. But is this Congressman Brian Kilpatrick? Now, I suggested to my friend, can you do a voice print or use facial recognition software on this man who I believe is this man, Brian Fitzpatrick. If I said Kilpatrick, I know a Kilpatrick. It's not. Sometimes I mess up those Irish names, I guess. Brian Fitzpatrick, Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick, Pennsylvania Congressman. He's anti-gun, anti-Trump, America last, and he's a rhino. But I sent these documents to the FBI. Of course, they went into a Faraday bag, and they were, scrambled and ciphered, and then the courier met on a park bench across from the White House. But again, I just want to stress, this is not confirmed yet by the FBI, but I'm going to keep you up on my investigation. Are these the same men? Is this man here, rhino, Trump backstabber, sellout, Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick, is this him? And where did he get that car? Because it's not listed in any of the gift releases that he had to sign as a congressman. So you figure it out. Again, I'm waiting for my Fed contact to get back to me. 11 Texas counties have now declared an invasion at the southern border. Once again, the American people at the local level, the level of the sheriff, the level of the county, pull out your constitution, pull out your state constitutions, but also pull out the U.S. Constitution. Some look like this. I have many copies. Many. In fact, maybe I'll give some away. We'll have to let's figure out the logistics on that. I mean, aside from me just driving my company vehicle down the road and throwing them out at people. All right, good. So, Live Oak County is the 11th county to declare an invasion at the southern border, bringing the total to 11. This started back in July, right after July 4th, you may remember. And again, this is where the gigglers and the eye rollers come in and go, oh, God, I can't believe those wackadoos. Well, no. The job of government, the number one job, what do you think it is? What do you think the number one job is of the federal government? To keep us safe. Yeah. And the welfare of the American people, that doesn't mean American people should be on welfare, although that's how the Democrats play it. It means, are your people safe? Are they fed? Are they secure? How's the Biden regime doing on that? I just wanted to ask you, because they're not doing jack on the border. That border is wide open. Thousands and thousands and thousands a week pouring in. Some of them are sold, some of them are pimped out, prostituted out. Some of them are just used as slaves, because in 2022, there are more slaves on earth, and you'll be very happy to hear this, Democrats. Very diverse, not just black slaves, but Latino slaves, European white slaves, Slavic slaves, Chinese, Korean, all over the world. Human beings are being exploited. So as a leftist, you should go, well, at least it's diverse now. There it is. More slaves now than any other time. More slaves on earth now. More people being exploited against their will, forced labor against their will. I guess that's what forced labor would be. And then more people being sold as chattel or commodities now than ever before. By the millions. Yes. And we can't get the Democrats to shut the border, no matter how many times we go to the Democrats and say, look at all these people pouring in. Look at all the children pouring in. Who are they? Where are they from? Why is a 19-year-old man saying he's the dad of these 4 kids and then giving the children to another guy in a van? Why is that happening? Thank God for Texas. God bless Texas. And I hope your floods are receding over there. I can't wait to visit Texas. That's a state I really am looking forward to. Texas and Alaska. And we have at least one subscriber in each state. And you know I'm going to do that. You know if I visit, I'm going to be pestering you. Hey, yeah, Dale, it's Ken. Ken who? You know, you subscribe to my channel? Oh, hey, oh, Ken Matthews. Hey, Ken. How you doing? I'm kind of busy right now. I'm on my honeymoon. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. I rented a truck, and so I fit in. And I'm wondering if. Oh, your honeymoon. Okay. Well, then I'll see you later tonight. Pennsylvania reports higher gun sales per capita than most states this year. Boom! Bam! You know, compared to the rest of the world, there are about 400 million guns in the United States. I mean, I guess it's enough. I don't know. Remember, you former students of mine, finger off the trigger. Remember, every gun is loaded because it's supposed to be. Never point the barrel at anything you don't wish to destroy. Know your target and what's behind it. Always keep your finger off the trigger. Always! Always! I don't care if you're clearing a room or clearing your throat. Keep your damn finger off the trigger. And rule number 5, you're responsible for your gun. Which means, idiots, don't leave it in the sock drawer so your 4-year-old can get it. Okay? Just passing it along. Little gun safety tips. This is not a piece of art or a wall mural. This is a typical gun shop in Pennsylvania. You might think, oh my God, is that over in MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York? Is this a anti-gun display? No, just a shopping trip for a lot of us. You know, I think I'm so excited today. Excuse me. Not just because I wasn't killed yesterday, but I think I'm excited because it's Friday Eve day. It's Thursday. It's a big night tonight, and tomorrow's a big day. It's Friday. In Pennsylvania, an estimated 713,000 guns, 713,000, were sold from January through July 22, so first half of this year, based on an FBI background check data. You know, it's interesting that they have time. Again, hats off to the FBI for taking some time to background check some American citizens buying guns, because I know you guys are busy as hell, screwing with Trump and everything. And trying to frame fall guys and patsies, like the 2 that sadly were just connected in the Governor Whitmer. They had a second trial and they convicted 2 in the Governor Whitmer trial. See, this is scary. And when you're online, I want to go back to the Whitmer frame up again. It's kind of like January 6th. You know I'm a proponent of free speech. You know, there's free. I think all speech is constitutional. First of all, let me say that. However, I do understand the concept of threatening to kill or be violent against someone, especially if you have the means and the opportunity to do it. Okay? So don't do that. Don't do that. Now, what the FBI assets and plants and cops do it too, they entrap people. So if you're in a chat room today and you're not that chatty, you're just watching, and you're following the dynamic. Maybe it's a right-wing chat room, and we all know where they are. I don't know about you, but we've all been online, and you find someone of like mind and similar ideology, and they hate Biden, and they think America's turning to crap, and don't get pulled in. Spidey sense, boop, don't get pulled in to when someone says, you know who I'd like to kill? Whoa! Chances are that's someone working for the government. Because truly, real American patriots, conservative American patriots, any American patriot, a law-abiding citizen, we're not that stupid. We don't want to kill anybody. We don't want to burn things and bomb things and decapitate people. That's not our thing. So when you're in a chat room and you think it's a bunch of MAGA people and there's one or two people in there saying, you know what we ought to do, bruh? Why don't we meet? Get your AR, man. How many rounds do you have? We should meet this weekend and plan. Whoa. Stay out of it. Stay out of it, because that stinks like a Fed. It's like the feds that showed up on January 6th. There were dozens. And there was also, I forget the rally. Oh, which rally was it? I don't want to give you the wrong info, but it was one of the big rallies in Washington. And I don't know if you saw the videos. And all these feds were trying to blend in. And they all had weapons, and they were all either pressing or flashing their gun. You know, when you press it, you can see the silhouette, or they wear those, the big giant honking fanny packs. I used to wear those before everybody knew that if you have a fanny pack that looks bigger than your son's backpack, chances are you got a bunch of stuff in it. And in Washington, if you're there illegally, you're going to go to prison. But the feds, they're not going to go to prison, but they do expose themselves. Not the way Hunter exposes himself, but they. So going back to the chat rooms, chances are, if you're watching this, like me, you've been in a chat room, you've been online sharing your frustrations. Maybe even some weird fantasies, which I think all falls under free speech. The sad reality is, now that the Biden regime has labeled you and I as potential terrorists, because I don't know about you, but I have a Don't Tread on Me flag. I have a Betsy Ross flag. In fact, maybe tomorrow. Whoa! Hold on a sec. Hold on a minute. You guys in the control room, write this down. What if Friday, what if we call it False Flag Friday? Or, we could just call it Friday Flag Day or Flag Friday. Okay. See how much I love alliteration? Okay? And then, much like T-shirt Tuesday, stay with me now. As you can probably sense the value of your subscription price right now. You can sense the value. So, just like T-shirt Tuesday, we'll do a Flag Friday. And maybe I'll have a flag on set, not the graphic, the real thing. And then I'll take the hit. You don't have to worry about it. I'll put up my Do Not Tread on Me flag, or my, I have a Christian flag. I got some cool Trump stuff too. Oh, yeah. Anybody have the FJB flag? The Let's Go Brandon real slogan of it? Yeah, okay. So we're all targeted. We're all on a list. So just be careful. Most of us are not idiots. So when you see someone, when your spidey sense or your intuition goes, whoa, if there's someone online, like in the case of the Whitmer case, right? The Whitmer joke. Hey, we ought to kidnap that, you know what? No, no, you don't want to go to prison. Don't even respond to that idiot. That idiot probably works for the federal government, because usually that's the only way you could get good people to do bad things, is if you draw them into it. Like January 6th. Come on in, the door's open. Are you sure? I mean, I'm just here from Indiana with my cousin Becky and Aunt Gertrude, and we just want some pictures of the statues. No, come on in. Come on in. Okay, we're not gonna, we just want to take some pictures. Boom, Gertrude's in jail. Yeah. All right. Boy, that ticks me off that there's so many people in jail that shouldn't be in jail. All right. Before I forget, I just want to take the state ranks. I don't have time to go through all 57 states, as Obama would say, but however, in 2022, number one was Kentucky. Estimated gun sales per 1,000 people. Estimated gun sales per 1,000 people. Kentucky, number one. Illinois, number two. Come on, blue states. Yeah, blue states are waking up. That's what's exciting. Minnesota, number 5. Wisconsin, number 12. For gun sales per 1,000 people. Yeah, don't tell me we're not waking up. When you have someone that voted for Joe Biden or has a "I'm with her" sticker on their car, and they say, honey, maybe we ought to buy a gun. That's the guy. Honey. And then the wife says, I already did, Tim. So that's good news. So the top 5, Kentucky, Illinois, Utah, Indiana, Minnesota. They're not all blue states, but just to give you an idea. And the background checks just for the first half of this year in Kentucky, 2.4 million background checks. I know what you're thinking. This kind of gets me pumped up. It does. It does. It's much more refreshing to see millions and millions of legally purchased guns in the hands of my fellow Americans and fellow patriots and fellow truth seekers than criminals. Speaking of guns, this is the record-breaking moment. It's a new week, and it's a new time to get your money. Another $3 billion this week, additional security assistance for Ukraine. Thank you again. Thanks to everybody for pitching in with your taxes and everything. And don't forget, you might be in a state where you're not allowed, Elaine's not allowed to have a medium-sized semi-automatic or a revolver because she has to carry the pizza shop money to the till at 2 a.m. or take it from the till and do the drop box at the bank. No, that's not allowed in New Jersey. As 250,000 rounds of 155 millimeter artillery ammunition is sent to Ukraine this week. Another 65,000 rounds of 120 millimeter mortar ammunition. Now, 120s and 155s, I'm pretty sure 120s go through cars, right? Obviously not through the engine block, because that's the best cover, right? Not concealment. Cover's different than concealment. You guys know that. That's why I always get a kick out of in the movies when the police open the car door and then they stand up and there's a window right over the kill zone. Have you ever noticed that? Did you ever see those movies where they're leaning on the car? Why are you standing behind the car door? They're like paper unless they're armor. Needless to say, most of the ammunition we're sending to the Ukrainians can go through the skins of planes and cars, and God only, I don't even want to talk about it, what it does to humans. 24 counter-artillery radars, laser-guided rocket systems, training, maintenance, sustainment. The Puma, unmanned aerial systems. Let's see. So far, the United States has committed more than $13.5 billion since earlier this year to the Ukraine. Again, thank you. I know you work hard, and you kind of wonder where your taxes are going. And just remember, a subscription to my show, 35 cents a day. That's it. 7 days a week. And I can tell you something else. I'm not buying missiles to bomb hospitals with that. Okay, in our next segment, we're going to do an entire segment on it. Yeah, there's a third segment coming today. I warned you of bonus content. So we're going to do a third segment. Most of it's going to be COVID, so you want to stick around. We have an incredible COVID update. It's kind of bittersweet. It's sad, and it involves Trump and some other people. So that's going to be the third segment of today. That's coming up next. In the meantime, thanks for watching. On Thursday, August 25th, it's a Ken Matthews Report. We'll be right back.